Alright guys, so next day we've got the second carburetor in the ultrasonic cleaner. That's cooking away. We've got it up to 80 degrees, so it's almost taking off all the paint. But challenge today is we're going to try to see if this thing has spark. We've got the wiring from before, but it's all different colored wires, so it's really hard to figure out what goes to which. I've got a wiring diagram that I'm going to look at, but I'm guessing somebody just replaced all the wires in this thing and they don't line up correctly. So we've got this blue and red one and the black one going to somewhere, and then there's two imports for the green one to the coil. So I don't really know which one it's going to. There's a yellow, so that one's going correctly. And the black one should be going there too. So I'm trying to see. So yellow, we've got green going to both. This one goes to nothing, I guess. And then we've got a pink one that looks like it was pulled out. So I wonder if that goes to there. Could possibly be going to that. It's just really, really hard to tell. I hate when people mess with the wiring. It makes it really difficult. So we'll look at the wiring diagram and just kind of check it over and see. But then we've got to go down here, and it looks like we've got a bunch of stray wires here. These were hooked up all to negative before, so we might just put those all back to negative. I think the guy had these wires replaced in the harness and just taped it up. Pretty sure that's what happened, because those are not the original colors. And then this black and yellow one is supposed to go somewhere. I'm thinking it goes to the solenoid, but I'm not 100% positive. And then there's this blue one that goes somewhere. This is positive, this is negative. So those probably hook up like that to the battery. And then, I mean, I don't know. And then this one hooks up to the battery, obviously the positive terminal. But what we were finding was that when you hit the switch up here, we're not getting any positive power. So we'll have to see what happens. It's going to be interesting, to say the least. Yeah, what I think happened was he added this switch in here, so he made all new wires for this. Let's see what the wiring looks like underneath here. So there's a white one underneath here, and I'm guessing white and a I think two white ones, two white wires. So one of the white ones is right there, it looks like. And then these are all, I think these are all blue. Yeah, those are all blue right there. So blue would be right here. Yeah, we'll have to look at the wiring diagram and try to figure it out. Alright, little update on the wiring. So, I looked at the wiring diagram. We've got the coils lined up correctly. It's supposed to be red and yellow and green going to this coil, which is, I believe this is, let's see, yeah, 3 and 2. And then black and the red and yellow going to 1 and 4, which is right here. That's correct. And then this blue and red one connects to this pink one, which I think he added the pink one and black one. This goes down here. I had to strip out all the tape, but I followed these down, and these have weird connectors in it and stuff halfway through, which is good that I took off the tape because I could check those later. But these go down to here, and then you see these two. It's blue and white and red. So the blue and white I followed all the way down to here. And it looks like the blue and white go into this switch, goes into here, right here, and up here. And then those connect, and they go up to the key, which is up here. And I think there's a blue, yeah, there's a blue and white up here by the key. And I didn't even know there was a key switch on this thing. And if you look, I can actually switch on and off. So I think the whole time I had the battery on, it was off, and that's why we weren't getting any power. And then the red one connects up here, which the red one is right here. This one goes all the way over here, and the guy had that hooked up as a negative, which I think it's supposed to be a positive. This is supposed to connect to the battery as well as the solenoid, and then that's where I've gotten so far. I don't know where this yellow and black one goes. It looks like this black one went to the white one, which is correct on the diagram, but I'm still trying to figure out where this black and yellow one goes to. I believe, let me look at the diagram here. I believe he took out the voltage regulator. You can see on the diagram the voltage regulator is right there. The rectifier, which is that thing, has the yellow cables coming out of it. And then the black and yellow one, and that looks like that goes to the voltage regulator or the brake light failure sensor. You can see. So it should go to two different things. So voltage regulator, which goes to the solenoid. So maybe it does hook up to the black one. And then the solenoid should go to the start lock right there. So I think we've got it correct. Alright guys, we're about to hook up the battery here. I think I got it figured out. So this, we're gonna not go to anywhere for right now. This wire is gonna go to nowhere. This wire, the blue, is going to go to the negative. This one's going to go to nothing right now as well. And then this one is going to go to the positive. These two are going to go to negative, blue and white. Red is going to go to positive. This is all to the battery terminal. And then up here, we've got all blue. So this basically is a switch. So if blue is negative up here, and it's sending it up to here, that means that the blue is just going to switch on the negative to the wires over here, which goes to the ignition. Alright, so we got everything hooked up. Just temporarily for right now, we've got this going to the positive up through the battery, up to up here. Obviously these wires are not the best, but I just want to see if we're getting positive to the starter when we hit the start button, which is up here. But anyway, we've got the negative going to here, negative going to here from the white and the blue wire, which the blue wire goes to here. That's connected, so that's connecting the negative, and then it goes up to here to the key, which is all good. This wire is not connected because that goes to here, which we don't have. Alright guys, moment of truth here. We've got the switch right here. We've got the switch right here, and then we've got the voltage meter right here. We'll be able to tell if that hits 12 volts. I don't know if you guys can see it or not, but alright, hopefully we don't fry the system here. Here we go. Alright, so we're not getting much going on anywhere. Not a good sign. Let's do some voltage readings. Let's see what happens now. Hopefully something. Not much happening. All right, so we're gonna try to maneuver this a little bit. All right, guys, we got this thing to go. The solenoid is now working with the push button. So what I did was looked it up online, and solenoid's pretty easy. You just need a positive going to it, and then a positive out, which is this one. I just took it off right now. And then there's a wire right here that's black. You can see coming in with 2 wires. And basically, see there's another wire right here. Black and then black coming out. So one of them needs to be negative, which is right here. I fed negative wire into that. And then one of them is positive. So the positive one I hooked up to the switch. The white wire goes all the way to the switch up here, to the button. And this connects the positive. So right when you hit positive, there's a little thing in here in the solenoid that comes up and connects these 2 bridges right here. Connects the bridge right here. And it's like a big washer basically that shoots up. There's a little spring on the back, and it shoots up, connects the bridge, and then you get positive going down to the starter. And then the starter is grounded, and then there's a positive, so then it spins and it turns over the engine. So right now I actually got it. So when you push the button right now, I'll show you guys on the voltmeter here if I can hold it. I don't know if I'm going to be able to. I can kind of zoom in and show you guys. I'll show you guys with the voltmeter here. I don't know if I can put this up here. You guys see the voltage reading? Alright, and the battery's not really charged too much, so that's why. And the connector. So we're not going to see the full voltage reading because the battery and the wires are all kind of janky here. Battery's not charged up fully, and then the wires are barely connected. But I'll quick demonstrate it, what happens when you push the button. So we're going to connect one lead up to the negative right there, and then one lead up to the positive, the terminal right here that should be positive when you hit the button. So let's do that. And this is what happens when you hit the button. Let's see if I can go from the other side here. Alright, keep your eye on the voltage reading. And then you can actually hear it click too. So we're getting like 5 volts going up to the starter, which isn't enough to start the starter. But once we get all the wiring correct on here, we can actually wire it up properly. But right now I just have it kind of on there just for testing purposes. But we'll go get some connections, connect it all up correctly. Alright guys, got the 3rd carburetor done right here. Marked it with a 3 and a 3. And we've got 1 carburetor left. That'll be going in pretty soon. But what's really helped me doing these carburetors is just kind of breaking them up in between a couple different days, so you don't get stressed out about getting them all done in one go. So I did 1 day and then 2 the next day, and then I'll probably do the other one the next day, just so that it doesn't take super long. But I leave each carburetor in the ultrasonic cleaner for about 20 minutes on 80 degrees, and it takes off all the paint and all the crap. Alright, just got back from Menards, got some connectors here. These are going to be for the negative and then the positive, and then we got some positive wire here, red wiring. It's 14 gauge, which I think is a little bit too thick, but I couldn't find anything else. And it's the stranded wire, so that's good. And then we got some of these connectors right here for the battery and different grounds and stuff like that, so that'll be nice. So we're going to try to get the wiring all hooked up today, and then try to put the starter back in and see if it cranks over, and then see if it has spark. What we're going to have to do is ground the spark plugs to the head and just see if it has spark. We might have to push it if the starter doesn't crank over, because I still need to get a new battery for it, and I have to find one that fits into this box. So that might be a little bit challenging. So I'm going to measure the box today and then go through the batteries and see which ones would work. Alright guys, I'm sure you're sick of the wiring process on this thing, but it is pretty much complete. We're going to be checking for spark here in just a minute, so just be patient. But we got all the connections done. We are getting 12 volts at the positive power line to the starter, which is good. So the starter should work. We don't know if the starter works yet though, so that's the other thing. All the connections are good. Everything's perfect. These two blue lines actually go to the lights, and the light does not work. It's blown on the front. I have some bar lights that we might put on it, so we'll just not put these on right now. And then, oh, this one goes positive right here. I forgot about that one. I have to make that positive to the battery as well. But that's just for the charging system. So we're going to check the starter right now. We're going to put the starter back in and see if it cranks over the engine. Hopefully it does, and we're all good. Stay tuned. Let's put this guy in. You want to put this on first? Yeah. Probably wire brush that on. Yeah. Will the engine crank over? Where's that wrench? This isn't fitting there. I'm gonna hold it with the pliers then. I don't want that to strip out. Okay. That's good. Starter pieces. You can, but it's gonna be tough to like get it in there. Oh, there we go. I don't know if those are. Yeah, those are. Who thinks it's gonna crank the engine over? We will see here. Want to, we might as well put the spark plugs on the boots too. Yeah. Or should we see if it works first? Yeah, I mean, sure. Okay. So I need to get this battery situated first. Oh boy. Oh! Not very fast, but I didn't really push it. Here, take the spark plug thing off there. Yeah. Well, let's put the charger on it. Alright guys, we got this thing timed perfectly. I think it's timed perfectly. We checked everything and everything lines up perfectly. So let's go through the process we went through on timing this. So, we figured out that, I don't know if you guys can see it, the Z7EX mark wasn't supposed to line up with this. It was the Z7 or the Z6EX. And then the in part we had right, the exhaust part we did not have right. And we timed it up with the T for the 1 through 4 piston. We're up at the top. And then we bolted it down, and check this out. It spins freely and everything lines up. So we'll go through the whole thing. So when you spin it, I'll show you guys top to the center quick.
See, this valve is open, the exhaust valve is opening when the piston is coming up, and then it closes, and then the intake is opening when it goes down.
So okay, it's top dead center right there. You can see the Z6EX is lined up perfectly with the top of the head part, and then the in mark is right there. It's literally perfect. We've got the tensioner in, everything's smooth. Then like what Charlie was saying, you want to explain it again?
When the piston comes up, the exhaust valve opens to let the exhaust out.
We'll show you guys right now.
When the piston is going down, see this valve is opening up so it can let fuel in.
It's in sync. It's in sync, so it's opposite.
That's good.
Yeah, so watch this.
They're all opposite of each other.
So see, this one's going down, so that means the the piston is
Going down.
going down. And then watch when the piston comes up, this one's gonna open, so this is gonna be down right when it's gonna be coming up. So it's coming up right now, it's opening that valve, letting all the air out and the gases, and it is, right now, it is
Coming
at the
up.
top, and then now this one's opening because it's gonna go down again. And then we check that one for every single one, they're all opposite. So I think we've got time perfect. And then when you push the starter, which the battery is junk right now, so.
But it should spin.
But it'll spin a little bit right now. So, I mean, pretty good. Everything's torqued down to spec, and I think we're good to go. All right, we've got the spark plugs hooked up to the coil. We're pretty sure the coils need to be grounded, but we're just gonna do a quick test. We're gonna turn over the engine by hand, and if that doesn't spark, we'll take it outside and push it, get a little bit more speed, because right now the battery doesn't work too well. But we'll try it with the push button first and see what happens here. What do you think? Gonna have spark? This is a big moment. You're saying a little bit over here. All right, we'll try the push button first. Ground that guy out. Ground a couple of them out. Yeah, just 2. Anything?
No.
Okay.
I couldn't really tell anyway.
All right, let's see here.
Is it key on?
Anything happen?
No.
All right, guys, so no spark. We're gonna see if we're getting voltage between the points. Basically what you do is take one side of the voltmeter to one end of the point, and then when they're open, you put the other end to the other end of the point, and then you see if you're getting 12 volts. If you are, that means it's good. All right, so we're getting spark. I don't know how, but we got it. So we followed up the,
Oh my
okay, so there's no positive at the,
points.
at the points. So we followed up the whole wire. It was the black wire that went all the way up here. Found out that the black wire connected to the key, but, oh, and here's the switch. Here's the switch. Okay, so the black wire went up to the white wire, and the red one was positive, and then when you flip the switch, the white one should be positive, but that wasn't getting positive. So we were like, okay, the switch is obviously bad. So we just hot wired it right here. You can see the red to the white, or red to the black. And then we were getting positive at the points, and we just turned it over, push start button, and we were getting spark. You want to show them? Just ground it out to this one.
I don't know if the things need to be grounded, but I had it grounded when it sparked. So.
Okay. It doesn't turn over too much because the battery's dying, but we'll show you if we can. You can see it. I think they got that. But yeah, so there's definitely spark.
See if it sparks when you don't have it grounded.
See if it needs to twist it over.
Yep, sparks. We'll check them all.
Yep.
Yep. Check these guys.
So everything is sparking so far. We're gonna check all of them here.
I am amazed.
Yeah, me too. That's really lucky.
Well, I mean, it was a little bit of wiring. Not that one.
All right, we adjusted the points a little bit. Let's see if they have spark now. Come on, baby. Nothing? All right, guys, we got spark on all spark plugs. All cylinders are sparking. I'll show you guys what it did quick. The points. As you can see down here, there are points right here. This one controls 2 and 3, this one's 1 and 4. So this one wasn't sparking, so we cleaned up the points a little bit more. We did connectors, so they were all brand new. And now it sparks at all of them. So we're good to go here. We've got spark in all of them. And now we've got to clean one more carburetor, get a new battery, and then try to fire this thing up. Hopefully the new battery can crank this thing over. Charlie, do you know where the old battery is for it? I want to see what kind we have to get. So supposedly the old battery must have cranked over the engine.
Was it this one?
I'm not sure.
I think it was this one.
Want to see if it fits in there? Oh yeah, so it is that one. Little ever start. Probably like a Walmart battery.
It is.
I can crank the thing over.
Yeah, I don't really know.
But yeah, so we've got one more carburetor over here. All 3 of them are done except for the one, which is right there. And then we've got to put the cam cover back on. And I think that's pretty much it. Can you think of anything else we have to do to this? The start button works.
Pipes on.
Oh yeah, the pipes we need to put on.
Throttle cable hooked up. Or
Yeah, that'll be the carbs kind of. Oh, brake, probably. Just in case.
Is the clutch good?
Yep, clutch is good. Should be good.
Brake.
Bolt down the stator cover, make sure that's charging if we can get it started. But yeah, I think next video we're going to be able to try to start this thing up. So stay tuned for that. It should be really exciting. I'm pumped. Hopefully it starts up. If it doesn't, we've torn apart the engine already. It's really, really easy. So I'll tear it back down again if I have to. We've got the timing perfect and we know how now. So it's really easy once you know how. And I think that's basically it. I think next video is going to be pretty crazy. So stay tuned for that. And until next time, we are out.